So I just left from seeing Candyman, and they hand out a little goodie bags treat. Candyman with the mirror reflection. This is really dope. I'm gonna put this up somewhere. So I have to say I was really impressed with this movie. I seen the original Candyman back in 1992. I was only 8 back then, and I don't really think I should have been watching that movie. My dad took me to see it, and I actually called him the other day and told him, yeah, I don't think I should have been seeing that movie at 8. It gave me a nightmares back in the day, but I really couldn't remember a lot of it because I was 8. So I actually just recently rewatched the movie, and I'm so glad I rewatched this movie because it ties into this movie so perfectly. In this rendition of Candyman, the lead is Anthony, played by Yatin Amin. Basically, he moves into a brand new loft in Cabrini Green, within Chicago, kind of inner city of downtown Chicago, with his new girlfriend, who basically is head of an art gallery. And he is a struggling artist trying to find his way, so he can kind of get back on his feet. And he actually stumbles upon the legend of a mythical urban legend called Candyman. And this Candyman is a legend in Cabrini Green Projects, which is known for a guy who basically would hand out candy to little kids, and he had one hook, and he was actually mistaken from someone else, and the cops were actually brutally killed him. And the legend kind of Candyman kind of goes, if you say his name 5 times in the mirror, he will come and he will kill you. Kind of getting obsessed with this character, he kind of starts divulging more into this character and becoming slightly insane. So he actually believes into the Candyman, and the Candyman actually myth of the legend actually comes back to life. Because this is going to be a spoiler-free review. The movie actually does come out in a few days. Like I said, I got the screening to it, and I have to say, I really love this movie. It touched on so many things in such a short little time. Yatin, I mean, like does such an amazing job as the kind of lead in this. And that's the one thing that I didn't like about the original Candyman, is that the lead was kind of like a white woman, and I didn't understand that you have this black fictional character of the Candyman and the legend of him, and you kind of and the lead is kind of a white woman. I kind of didn't understand the dialect between that, but once you start washing into the movie, you kind of get more into see why the lead was who she was in the original in 1992. But the things I loved about this movie were how it tied the original movie. This is one of the movies where you want to say, hey, you don't have to watch the original movie, but this one I would highly recommend watching the original movie. You can actually watch it on Peacock for free. I just watched it yesterday for free. You have to watch a couple commercials, but it is for free, or it's on YouTube. And I was watching the movie, and I'm kind of getting confused. I'm like, that wasn't the story of the original. And then as the story progresses, they kind of start telling the real story coming from the original movie and how it ties in this original cast. So really only one person in the original cast, Vanessa Williams, who was in the original Candyman. And I loved how they had her character.
I dare you.
Don't say that.
Say his name.
Character in there, and how it tied, obviously, from almost 30 years later into the lead character's role. And it just, like, once you saw it and once you pieced everything together, you just like the new director, Nia DaCosta. She is a new director. She only has one other big movie coming out soon. She has The Marvels. I think that's going to be a TV show. This was an open letter to this movie, so she did an amazing job. You want to hear me? I was so impressed with the detail, the style, the attention to detail that she laid out in this movie from the original from 1992. Especially if you have seen the original movie, the attention to detail that she put into this and flipped it and made it a new 2021 updated version of the Candyman. And also they had the original Tony Todd Candyman kind of made a cameo in here as well. And like I said, but the symmetry that I loved about this movie, not besides the killing and the horror, was some of the outerlining things, the issues that they tackle, as far as gentrification, police brutality. They touched on these subjects lightly, but you felt it through the movie, especially like towards the end, and like how it ended. You were just like, wow, like it was a very kind of powerful, cryptic movie. As we know, if you do not know, Jordan Peele helped produce this movie, so you seeing images of kind of like that kind of horrific, like Get Out ish or Us type of theme to the movie. But like I said, I think Yamin did a fabulous job in this movie. I would highly recommend everyone go see this movie and support it. And I was just thinking to myself, we as black people don't have a lot of almost any black fictional urban legends. If you really think about it, we've kind of adopted Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers, Chucky, so forth, but we never really had our own urban legend. And so Candyman was the closest thing and the only thing that I can really think of to date. I'm sure there's more, but that's the only one a lot of people know of. For the future, like I said, the way it ends, I'm pretty sure there could be a sequel, but like I said, it almost took 30 years for this to come out, and I'm hoping another 30 years doesn't pass until another one came out. If you guys like movie reviews, sneaker reviews, TV show reviews, video game reviews, think about subscribing to the channel. If you like what you saw, please give me a like. I would highly appreciate that. And drop those comments once this is out. I want the people to drop those comments and let me know what you think about this movie. And until next time, guys, I'll see you guys.